got something. This planet has life. Multiple heat signatures and CO2 emissions.
You thought this was gonna be some cool cinematic video? Nah. But it is from a very epic upcoming game, so it's not out, but it's about to come out. I don't know when. They didn't really say. They want to surprise us, I guess. It's gonna be a creature game called Harp Isles, and a lot of you may know it, a lot of you may not. But in this video, I'm pretty much going to show you guys how different it is than creature... Okay, well that is one thing that is probably not gonna happen in that game. So simply, this game is pretty much a creature game that is more developed than Creatures of Sonaria, but it is pretty similar because it takes place on another planet, just like Sonaria. So I'm gonna cover everything about this game and I'm not gonna waste you guys' time, so let me just start with some gameplay. So as you guys can see here, this is the flying, and this game pretty much seems more realistic than Creatures of Sonaria. We all thought Creatures of Sonaria was like the most developed game in the world, but no. But of course Creatures of Sonaria is going to be better in some things, and one thing I'm predicting honestly is that there's much more creatures here. There are over 300. But I'm sure Harp Isles is gonna be working to add as many as they can. So the first question I'm gonna answer: are the creatures in Harp Isles better than the creatures in Creatures of Sonaria? So there are actually gonna be NPCs in this game, and here are some. And then there are like the actual playable creatures, like these over here. And yes, they look amazing. One thing you will notice is that the creatures look so much more alien-like. And a lot of you might not like that the creatures look a lot weirder than Creatures of Sonaria. You guys can give your opinion, but I really love that they're more unique. Because in a game where there are so many creatures, the creatures actually get a little bit repetitive. Like, I can't name some off the top of my head, but I can tell you something like the Lamacosaurodon and the Lorelale and Rorolo and Yolopi. They all look the same. So for those of you who are asking what the difference between Harp Isles and Creatures of Sonaria is, it is that Harp Isles makes better creatures, but at the cost of making less creatures. So they put more time into like one creature rather than Creatures of Sonaria adding like 3 in every week, you get me? And here's an example of them putting a lot of work into one creature. So here are some of the animations. They definitely have more effort put into them than Creatures of Sonaria. The sad truth though is that Harp Isles might not even end up being as popular as Creatures of Sonaria. And why? It's because Creatures of Sonaria is so much more kid friendly. You have everything in front of you. It's pretty much an amazing game for kids. Kids pretty much take over Roblox. They're like 90% of the Roblox population. And kids don't want like the most realistic animations. They want simple, basic, fun little cartoony animations, you know? So when they see something realistic like this game over here with these bars and whatever, I mean, if I was a 6-year-old hopping into a Harp Isles and I see this, I would get a little bit scared, honestly. I would just hop on a Creatures of Sonaria. I would be pretty comfortable here. Oh, by the way, another very cool thing about Harp Isles that I actually really love, I really love this. There are actually going to be dying animations for the creatures. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit dramatic, but it's gonna be pretty awesome. Like, imagine killing that Golgoth, and instead of it just disappearing into a little piece of meat like that one over there, it actually like falls and the castle, I don't know. Here's another dying animation though, and in a lot of games they actually look pretty stupid, but I don't know, I think Harp Isles is gonna manage to make the death animations look realistic. I'm gonna just take a 1-second break real quick to kill this little Korthos. Oh man, it deals more damage to me. But yeah, I wonder how the PvP is going to be like in Harp Isles. They're definitely not going to let us down. That game has been in development for 2 years. But can you guys imagine? That stuff you just saw, it existed like 2 years ago. So yeah, they could have created a better creature game a long time ago, but they still didn't release it, so... Oh man, is this Squirtle's going to kill me or something? I don't know. No, definitely not. I can destroy this Squirt. Can I? Oh man, my health. Please don't kill me. Oh man, it's not dying! Come on! No! Oh, I killed it. Okay, now I gotta take care of the tiny creatures, like that Korthos over there. Oh, what? How did I die? Oh, did I ignore the status effects? I'm so stupid. So yeah, here are some more creatures. They look very unique. I absolutely love them. For those of you who want to know, by the way, I'm not gonna be switching over to Harp Isles, but I definitely will make a channel on it. So yeah, Elasmo will stay. One thing we did forget to observe though is the map actually. Like, look at this map. It's beautiful. The quality's a little bad in this video, but man, look at the plants, look at the terrain. It's awesome, it's amazing. And they put so much effort into this map, by the way. So if I just go a little bit over here, you guys can see that they made like holes and tunnels and whatever, just like we wanted in Creatures of Sonaria. A big, massive like tunnel for small creatures. It's insane, man. Look at the river. The map is just amazing. And yeah, look at the carcasses even. It's just so much more realistic than Creatures of Sonaria. You can see the abilities of the creatures over here. and then you could see the health bar, stamina bar, blah blah blah. So I don't mind this at all, but it does look a little bit depressing, which might not attract like the children, and not a lot of children will play Harp Isles. Like, they like the bright stuff like in Creatures of Sonaria, where you have everything like this, you get me? And one more thing, the idle animations in Creatures of Sonaria, they're just standing still. It's pretty bland. But if we go to Harp Isles here, even in the idle animations, they put effort. Like, you can see the creature does something. It's actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it's not going to keep doing this because that would be weird, but you get the point. And here's another one. It's not too much, but it's definitely better than something like this, right? I think they have this in Creatures of Sonaria though, but not on many creatures. So this is not the map of the game, but this was like a little prototype, and you can see how they include so many tunnels for small creatures. So I think it's definitely gonna be much more enjoyable to play with like tier 1s and tier 2s, rather than just big creatures in Creatures of Sonaria. Here you can see what the beams look like, and they actually look very nice. They actually look better than Creatures of Sonaria's. And here is what a creature would look like fighting with them. So, a lot of people want to know if they will be able to customize their creatures, because a lot of people play Creatures of Sonaria just because they can make their own skins. But they do post skins like these, so this is the default, and then, this is a skin one. I don't know if you will be able to customize the creatures, but I don't mind the skins, honestly, they look very awesome. So, I'm definitely not complaining about Creatures of Sonaria. I mean, check this out, it's an almost perfect game. But I think it's better if there is an option for older audiences like Harp Isles, and you can like play it more realistic. And I think the younger kids will actually like playing Creatures of Sonaria still. So yeah, comment down below if you guys are gonna be playing Harp Isles.